We all know this feeling when we come home from a long day at work and we just want to unwind. In these situations, it is very easy to just crash on the couch and not be bothered with anything anymore. But at the same time, most of us actually want to be active when getting off from work. We still have stuff to do, we want to be present, we want to enjoy the time that we have off. So how could we manage doing that? This is what I want to break down for you in this video, in which we discuss how to become mindful after work. And the first step in doing so is that we realize that all these activities that we engage in that don't actually fulfill us, that don't satisfy us, are activities that we only engage in because we are not mindful of us doing them. Whether it is just blindly scrolling through our phones, snacking, or watching Netflix, even though we are not even interested in the series we're watching, all of these activities are not really mindful activities. Mindful activities are activities that we set our mind to. So either things that we want to do or things that we have to do. And the best way to become mindful of these activities is to write them down in form of a to-do list. You can either write the list before you go to work, so you immediately read it when you come back home, or you can write the list first thing after you come home. This way you don't even have time to indulge in non-mindful activities and don't get distracted by them. After you have become aware of what it is that you want to do with your free time after work, it is important that you change your state. We are oftentimes very non-mindful when we are at work. We're sort of in an autopilot. So when we come back home, we need to change that state. And two of my favorite ways to do so is either through exercise or through meditation. And neither of those activities have to be very long. It's really just about changing your current state of mind. And it's about getting you into that mode of getting stuff done while being very present to the moment. I, for example, like to do a couple of pull-ups right after I come back home because it frees my mind, it puts my body into a different mode, it puts me into this mode of taking action, and at the same time it triggers my mind to realize, okay, now we're doing this and only this, and this is what we're gonna focus on. And I'm able to proceed in this state of mindfulness with the other points on my to-do list afterwards. The same goes for meditation. Meditation can really help you clear your mind. Even if you only do 5 to 10 minutes, it brings you back to the moment you are currently in. It brings you back to the present, and it allows you to become fully aware of what you are doing right here, right now. So after you have laid this foundation of mindfulness, you can go and work through your to-do list. And some of those things you might not actually like to do, some things like grocery shopping, cooking, or doing the dishes, is just kind of boring housework, but it can also be a great mindfulness exercise because it allows you to reflect on why you actually don't like this. It's not because the task itself is that terrible, that exhausting, that strenuous. It's simply because you much rather would like to be somewhere else, do something else. And this is exactly what mindfulness can help you with. It allows you to enjoy the moment you are currently in, even if it's maybe not a task that you would have chosen to spend your time with if it was up to you completely. So this is something that I really try to work on lately. I take a task that I particularly don't like. For me personally, that's doing the dishes. And I try to focus on everything that I'm doing while I'm cleaning the dishes, which allows me to train my mind to be fully content in the moment right here, right now, and not always try to escape that moment. Of course, there are also a lot of fun things to do after work, and if you really think about it, those are usually the activities that also create the most mindfulness in ourselves. It's things like training in the gym, meeting friends, reading a good book, eating a really good meal. All of these things allow us to be fully in the present and not always have our minds wander, thinking about the past, thinking about the future. Those are all things that allow us being in the present, and that's part of why they are so enjoyable. So make sure that you fill your time after work with activities that allow you to be fully content in the present and be fully mindful to what you're doing right here and right now. And if you're interested in learning more about mindfulness, about happiness, and how to live a better life all in all. If you like to get some tips on that from me, then make sure you subscribe to this channel and you're gonna get videos regularly. Until then, talk to you next time.